What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy SnowyKurama, and I am your coach for Season 5 of the PDL Chicago White Sox. And today I am here to talk about my Week 3 match going up sometime in the near future, as well as the battle later on after. So if you missed the last week battle against Control Altario Delete Mancha's team, you can go ahead and check that out in the description, as well as the game of the week for that week. And with all else being said, let's just get right into the team builder. Excuse me, OBS. I don't know why it just popped up. But anyway, this is the team that she is rocking with. She's got Azumarill. Oh, I'm playing the Florida Flagons, led by Violet, in case I didn't say that already. But anyway, she's got Azumarill, Gliscor, Weavile, Toxicroak, Golisopod, Flygon, Blaziken, Celebi, and Blissey, Braviary, Sigilyph, and Houndoom. Okay, so I've noticed on our league sheets that since we're keeping stats this season about, who brings what, how many times, and kills and deaths and stuff, that she brings the same consistent team right here. Azumarill, Gliscor, Blaziken, Toxicroak, Weavile, and Blissey. Now, I was looking at the composition and I thought this team looked pretty decent. The weakness to Psychic, you got Blaziken and Toxicroak, but it's covered up by Weavile. You got a weakness to Ice and Gliscor, and it's covered up by Azumarill and Blaziken, pretty much everything on the team. You have your weakness to Water with Gliscor and Blaziken, was covered up by Toxicroak depending on the ability, as well as Azumarill, as well as Fighting weakness and Weavile and Blissey, but it's covered up by Gliscor and Azumarill pretty well. So this team is built pretty decently, I would say, but the issue here is that she brought it the past 2 weeks, so the likelihood of her bringing this exact same team is pretty goddamn high. With that in mind, I went ahead and tried to replicate the team that she has. She likes to run this huge power Azumarill set, Belly Drum. I concluded that it's max speed, max attack adamant rather than the bulky sweeper, based on the damage output that was done during the battle against Will and also the battle against Steven. Gliscor, she likes this Toxic Heal. I thought maybe it was Spadef Gliscor with a little bit of speed, thinking that maybe she ran Smogon sets, but no, it's this max attack, max speed Jolly. These attacks, no knockoff, which is nice. Blaziken has always died or only used one move, so all I can assume is Flare Blitz, probably a high jump kick here. No, that's a Y. Probably high jump kick, maybe knockoff. She has an option for Earthquake or Stone Edge. I don't think she'd run Brave Bird, considering that Stone Edge hits everything that thing does except for grass types. So you got Flare Blitz for that. So there's no need. You could also run a low kick if you wanted to. Night Slash, Poison Jab, Power Up Punch if you wanted to. You got Thunder Punch, and then there's also set up attacks like Swords Dance, and because she has to run Blaze, she could also run Agility as over that. But she runs the Air Balloon, so she can't get hit by ground types, of course, which helps with that ground weakness. And then you got Toxicroak here. Again, nothing really revealed besides Cross Chop and Earthquake. I'm assuming this set right here, which is what I would run, as well as I would put a Scarf on there, because her team does not really... It's not really over base 100 speed besides Weavile, and at least here she would have a little bit more speed control. Plus, she'd use Cross Chop on, what was it? It was Palo-Sand, and then switch out immediately, not bringing anything that could hit Palo-Sand like a knockoff or anything like that. So she's probably choiced into something. And then this Weavile set, again, not much has really been revealed. She has a knockoff on there. I'm assuming Icium Z because that's what she drafted as her Z crystal. And so she could use either one of these for that. Probably Icicle Crash. Ice Shard just seems like a great idea. And she could probably have Pursuit, maybe even Fake Out in that slot. I learned to learn Surf. So there's that. Yeah, that's probably those moves are it. Maybe even Swords Dance. Again, the item isn't for sure, but it's probably Icium Z because people love to run their Z moves, even though I don't think I really have, except for week 1. And last but not least, a Blissey set completely revealed. These moves, I'm assuming this spread, otherwise you wouldn't be able to take any physical hit very well at all. So with all of that being said, I have decided to put this team together, and let's take a look at it. Up first, before I even realized that she kept bringing the same team past 2 weeks, I decided to go with Greninja, Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Water Shuriken. It's pretty much the Battle Bond set without Battle Bond, or at least that's how it started. I have a 190 speed, so I can outpace Flygon Scarfed 329 because that thing is base 100. And I don't think it's worth trying to outpace a Weavile because that thing might be Scarfed. That's what I was thinking at first. So Hydro Pump, obviously, for good damage. It hits Gliscor, it hits a lot of things. You know, when in doubt, use your stab. Dark Pulse, I can flinch things down if they can kill me after I hit them. So that'd be nice. Ice Beam KOs Gliscor no matter what set it is. So that's really nice, so it can't just Swords Dance beat me down. And Water Shuriken is here in case I need to get off some priority hits. Just thinking off the top of my head, maybe against Weavile. And obviously we can only use Torrent. I put the rest in HP so it can be a little bit more bulky, and why not just run Modest. It was originally choice spec, but then I realized I didn't have a Scarfed Mon or very good speed control besides my, my invested and natured EVs for speed, so I just slapped a choice Scarf on Greninja because I needed a different item on all the other Mons that I got. So that's Greninja. It does some good work. It's there for Gliscor, as I said. Let's take a look at her team again real quick. That's it. Let's get against Gliscor. It can hit Blaziken, of course, and just other Mons that she has. You can see Celebi wouldn't like a Dark Pulse if she brought that. And let's take a look back team. So next we have Infernape. I'm running Life Orb on this Infernape again, otherwise this might be the Scarfer. But we got Close Combat here for Blissey, Mach Punch for Weavile. That thing just OHKOs it. Plus I can live any one hit that the Weavile throws at me, banded included, as well as, well, maybe not Surf, but she's not gonna run Surf. As well as a Sub-Zero Slammer from Z Icicle Crash. We got U-Turn here for our Switch initiative, as well as Gunk Shot for the Azumarill. This thing's basically here to handle those Mons and then just serve as sack fodder for the rest of the game, or just doing damage. Up next we got Rotom. I was trying to look through my team. I brought a really weird Drapion set at first with like 50 something speed, 200 attack adamant, and max HP, but then I thought to myself about either Zapdos or Rotom, and I ultimately went with Rotom because Will-O-Wisp here can burn the Azu, and we have enough speed here so we outspeed a Jolly Azumarill. So if it tries to go for anything that isn't Aqua Jet, which I think is the only move that it gets that doesn't knock this thing out with Belly Drum, we can just Leaf Storm it and kill it. It dies. It does like 103 max. So even if it doesn't, I can just go out to something else and take some hits or whatever. But we have Will-O-Wisp as well. We got Pain Split. It's pretty much the same set as last time, but with different EVs. We got the leftovers this time because we're not running whatever I ran leftovers with last time. I think Sylveon. I don't really remember what the team was. But yeah, that's Rotom. We also take care of... There's something else we take care of. Oh yeah, we could potentially Will-O-Wisp a Gliscor that has not gotten up the Poison Heal yet, in case that she thinks, like, say we start off with Rotom, which is my plan as of right now. She has Blissey. She might go ahead and she might switch out into Gliscor, thinking that I might Volt Switch right there and then. But instead, I could Will-O-Wisp, and then she can't have her Toxic Heal, as well as her Burn will be halved. Her Facade will do just as much damage, especially with Swords Dance going up, but the rest of her attacks, nope, they won't be good, of course. That's how Burn works. So Rotom could also take care of other Mons with Will-O-Wisp and Pain Splitting and Volt Switching around, doing what Rotoms do. Up next, we got our Mega Latios. Psychic is here for Toxicroak, that's what its name is. Bolt Beam coverage as well. Bolt Beam deals with Gliscor here and Golisopod here. And Thunderbolt is just something good. I mean, Bolt Beam coverage is really, really good because it can just hit things for neutral damage. And a lot of HP will be taken out from that. Recover is here so we can get back our HP. We're not playing Wi-Fi, so I can do Recover and not lose frames. It's fine. Taking a look at what else she might have when it comes to what Latios can do. You can take out a Flygon, that's if it's not Scarfed, with our Ice Beam. Golisopod, like I said, with Thunderbolt. Azumarill, Thunderbolt. Weavile, we're not going to use it against a Weavile. Blaziken would not appreciate a Psychic either. Celebi, we have the Ice Beam for. We won't be using it against a Blissey. And Ice Beam, and I guess Thunderbolt for Houndoom. I doubt it lives, since our we kind of have a big hefty special attack stat of like 419 or something. Timid, yeah, 419 when we're timid. Just I think it goes like 460 if we're modest, right? Yeah, 460 when we're modest, so that's really, really nice too. And next team member, I was considering doing Silvally Sandstorm, like max defense Silvally Sandstorm with the Rockium Z for Continental Crush, or maybe even Z Stealth Rock to raise our defense. But I decided to, paired with Excadrill Sandrush, but I decided to go with FERROSEED, the Seed, my boy right here. I was looking at damage calcs, and if everything barring Mons that are super effective against it, and other things like that, and that have knockoff, which I just remembered that Azumarill gets knockoff. Oh well. I needed a rocker, so I was thinking, okay, so probably Excadrill or Aerodactyl, but I also have this FERROSEED. No one's probably expecting me to bring this thing at all. We have the knockoff, so we could get rid of... At first, I was thinking Blissey's a Violite, but that's fucking chancy. It's not the same thing. But we can still get rid of items like a Toxicroak having a Choice Scarf, as well as any item that anyone else might have. We have the Leech Seed and then Protect as well, so we can get back some HP, as well as just sap stuff from my opponent for other Mons like Greninja and everybody else on the squad to get back some HP. We got Stealth Rock, of course, for hazards, and this is the spread taken from the damage calcs usage for FERROSEED. I might change it to make it more bulky defense area, considering most of the Mons that she brings is physical. I think all of them might be physical attackers. Yep, they're all physical attackers. I guess Blaziken could be switched up and be special, but they're all traditionally physical attackers. So we might even put some more defense in there. But there's always that chance that she could bring her special attacker, so I'm not gonna Because it's always stupid to just assume that that anybody's gonna bring the same team over and over again. So I'm not necessarily doing that, but I'm just banking on it. But I have outs in case she brings a different ship. Last but not least, we did end up bringing the Solvali. I got max HP, max defense, impish nature, forward spadef. I was trying to figure out what type of type to make Solvali. So I decided on water because I'm not gonna have this thing in against. What was my thought process for water? There's certain mons that I'm not gonna have it in against. I'm not going to have it in against Weavile, so I need to care about that because Infernape deals with it. I probably am not going to have it in against Blissey. Blissey might come in on it, but I'm not going to necessarily like switch into Blissey, I guess. I won't really have it in against I might have it in against Azumarill because we have a parting shot. But Gliscor and Blaziken are mainly it. The only thing that really sucks is if this thing is dry skin, which I can find out for myself. I mean, if it is dry skin, I figured that I could just use Parting Shot to get out of there, lower its attack stat, and then switch into something else. Because I'm defensive. I think all of the Toxicroak's attacks don't do a lot except for Gunk Shot, which 2-hit KOs me. But I'll be getting out of there with Parting Shot anyway, so it's not a big deal. And if it switches in on me, whatever, I can find out if it's dry skin or not. But anyway, we've got Parting Shot, so we can lower the attack all of their attacks, since all of them are physical attackers. But it's mainly for Azumarill, Gliscor, and I guess Toxicroak, so we have a switch. And then Defog is here because we don't have any way to get rid of hazards, because we know she's going to set them up. She's got Blissey for that. Toxic is here so we can maybe get Solvali some points, but more so we can whittle down Violet's team as well as the multi-attack water, because this attack does a lot to Blaziken, it does a lot to Gliscor, and it's neutral to pretty much everything else barring that Toxicroak, which we have Latios for, even though knockoff does do a lot of damage. If we can find out successfully that she is scarfed, we can take care of it and be okay. So this is the team for Violet. I'm really hoping that she doesn't expect FERROSEED, so I could just win games with this thing. And I decided nicknames just, what they are. I wanted to bring the seed, so I was like, everyone else is just what they are. Let's take a look at the other members that she has in the team, just in case she wants to switch things up on me. We got Golisopod here, another physical attacker. We have a Thunderbolt for that. Flygon, of course, we have Ice Beams for that. We have a Greninja who's Scarfed, who outspeeds this thing naturally. So we're not really worried about that. Celebi, again, we have Ice moves and other things for it. Greninja even has Dark Pulse. And we also have FERROSEED that has the knockoff as well as a decent special defense when we're paired with the Eviolite. So that's really good. Braviary, again, that's an Ice Beam. Sigilith is an Ice Beam as well. And Houndoom is just any attack that's super effective. So we have Infernape. We have Life Orb to close combat. Even Life Orb Mach Punch will probably almost KO it. Probably will KO it with rocks. So I'm not very concerned about her other teammates. I'm more so concerned with these guys set up here, because this is at least the devil that I'm familiar with. And she's got lots of kills with this thing. Lots of kills with this thing. Let's give them their deaths. Let's go ahead and just mess that whole thing up. Get our second win, and then see what else we can switch out, because week 3 we can grab a free agent from the pool. So I'm confident that I'll do at least well in this match if I don't win, but if I win, that'd be fantastic, because then we will be up ahead at the top. Not the top. There's one team right now as of recording this that is 3-0, but everybody else has a loss at least, or hasn't played the match. So who knows how it's gonna go. I think we're gonna do just fine. And I'll see you for the battle. Hope you like the team. And here we are back for the battle. Now, just like we sort of saw, you know, Blissey, Gliscor, Azumarill, Weavile, Toxicroak, and Blaziken. Now, it's not very safe to just assume that she's going to bring the same damn sets every time. So, we're gonna keep on our toes, of course. I'm gonna start with the lead I was talking about, which was Rotom. Sends out Blissey. Now it's time to volt out of here. And go out to the seed. Sets up the rocks, of course. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here. So this way, sends in Gliscor, okay. That kind of sucks, because it would have been great to get the burn on that, so it wouldn't have that, the toxic, but it is what it is. Oh, thanks. Let's see. Oh, Adam. I'm going to just protect here, see what she wants to do. Probably Swords Dance. Yeah. That's just fine. Probably should have rocked, though. Oh, we live in. I do think I'm just going to go out into... see here. I want to say my Chimera lives, but I'm not exactly 100%. Let's go +2. Earthquake does 49 to 58. I don't think that'd be a very good switch, so I'm going to knock here. How much... oh, I don't need to care about that. I'm just gonna keep, doing this. It's crazy, we're almost all the way back up to full. I like it. Okay, now we just keep knocking, I guess. Really just wasting time because we all know that Gren is gonna end up killing it. I'll just Leech Seed here. This thing's done its job. Well, not really, but I can't really switch, you know. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Can't really switch. Just sort of wasting time. He always keeps using Earthquake. I wonder if I go out into... okay, if he... yep. Go out to Frog. And we're just gonna Ice Beam here. I'm expecting a switch, but... yeah, Blissey. If we can burn here, that'd be fantastic. No burn. Burn? I meant to say freeze. Okay, so... I mean, the ape, of course. I'm thinking about close combating. Yeah. Sends out Gliscor, that's just fine. Just fine. We outspeed this thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and U-turn. U-turn right on out to the jet, expecting an Earthquake. Swords Dance, that's just fine, I guess. We outspeed. I want to say a Psychic will kill from this range. I'm not exactly sure. Let's go here. We can get rid of these stats, of course, because that's not what she's running. Psychic will do 75 to 88. 71, we'll just Psychic. Goes out to Weavile. Okay, well. That didn't work out. I'm gonna go the Chimera. Crashes me. I don't know how much my multi-attack does. But I'm gonna go ahead and just parting shot here. Oh, very nice for me. Very nice for me. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go out to Lottie and Thunderbolt. Because I don't want her going out to Weavile. I'm sorry, there's a lot of hims in this league, so I just sort of default to him. I'm assuming Weavile. So, either Weavile or she might Sucker. Oh, Scarfed. Okay. Okay. Honestly, I might have to let this go down. I now notice that my team doesn't really switch in very well to anything. It's kind of rough. We're gonna go Chimp. And close combat here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got the kill. But we did lose our Infernape, which really sucks. I don't think we're gonna... this isn't working out very well, folks. I'm going to go Rotom. Here's the Blissey. Do you get Natural Cure? Yeah, you probably are too, aren't you? I think we just lost. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I wasn't expecting Scarf. But that's a dead Weavile. We'll take that. We'll definitely take that. Blaziken's here. The balloon. We're gonna go Silvally. Expecting a Flare Blitz that shouldn't do a lot. Swords. You and your setup. I'm just gonna multi-attack here. Frog comes out. And we will Hydro Pump, because you don't outspeed me. That's a dead Blaziken. Although I think this Gliscor is gonna come in and just, it's this damn Blissey. It's that damn Blissey. This thing's just gonna keep recovering and toxicking me, and... I'm going to go Rotom. And then Pain Split here. That's not doing nearly as much as I need it to. Try it again. And I think we're just going to keep doing this. Yeah, maybe I'll just Willow here. Next damage 25. Okay. Let's keep doing this, because it's all I can do. Toxic damage is going to rack up on me. I think you have leftovers. I should have knocked this thing when I had the chance, I think. Instead of setting up the seeds. And just having FERROSEED to do all that. I really thought it was going to work, but the game's not over yet, of course, even though it really is. Unless she gets bored. I don't think that's going to happen. Probably soft-boileds, yeah. Maybe, just maybe. We can... Maybe, just maybe, we can do this, but... At this point, I feel like I can only... Gonna have that loaded up real quick. She bested me. I think I underestimated my opponent very, very much so. And that's a second loss for your Chicago White Sox. All I can say is this team is... I don't think I should have brought FERROSEED. Either that or I should have played FERROSEED better. Silvally was not too bad. My issue was I didn't have Pokemon that could really switch in to anything that she could do. That was my big mistake. Now that I can, now that I see this match, so I gotta be sure for future matches that I have things that can actually take the hits. I think the big issue was I kind of let FERROSEED go down because I didn't want to sack any of my other members because they all had a specific job to do, but they didn't even end up doing it. I really should have went out to Gren on the Toxicroak stuff. Let's see how much the Toxicroak does. Or how much... I don't even remember what health it was at. What turn was that? 50. It did, yeah, it did 55. No, it had 40. So, Gren, Toxicroak. Yeah, we should have went out and Ice Beamed. I don't know, my dumbass forgot that it was Scarf for whatever reason, but yeah, that's your week 3 match for the Chicago White Sox. Best of luck to the Florida Flygons and Violet for going undefeated over and over. It was honestly a really fun match, even though I was on the back seat for most of it. But that just happens, you know, in some games. And yeah, that's really it. So like this video if you have not already. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Check out Game of the Week, which will be up sometime around the time this video has, of course. And with that being said and more, this has been your boy, SnowyKurama. See you in the next video. Goodbye.